Alright, you're all unmuted.
Oh,
I don't want to hear about Final Fantasy RPGs right now because we about to play Eberron, everybody. I'm Obsidia. Welcome to another fun and exciting session of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. As is tradition, we're going to go do round the table introductions before a brief session recap, and we're going to hop right in. So first of all, we've got your girl, Kamar.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Kamar. I play the cat girl wizard here on this wonderful campaign, and I go by Yulia on Twitch and Twitter, Royal Knight VT. Doing a lot of things. It's a good time, and always happy to be here. So thank you very much.
That's our girl, always doing a lot of things. Always happy to have you. Next up, we got Illya.
Illya. Hello everyone. My name is Lily, and I'm playing Illya tonight, and very excited to kind of get into this a bit more. Maybe probably some combat, but cool stuff going on. Very excited. Yeah.
Thank you. Lily, next up, we got everybody's horniest MILF. We got Euphoria Cox.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Maris. I play Lady Euphoria Cox, everyone's favorite horny, hot pink tiefling MILF. Happy to be here, happy to be queer, happy to play D&D with my best buds. Let's go.
Thank you, Maris. Next up, we got your pal Malral.
Hey, I'm Lich of the Bronze. I'm playing Malral. If you like this out of contact, also look over my channel. Usually on the weekends, you'll find me playing Pathfinder or other things. This Wednesday, I'm going to be playing D&D Dragonlance. And throughout most of the week, I'm also going to be shitting my pants while playing Dead Space throughout all of October. I've never played it before, so if you want to see me constantly frightened and boggled out of the mind, feel free to drop by whenever for that.
You should enhance the experience by making it actually a shitting your pants Dead Space moment when you do the sugar-free gummies.
I don't know anything about that, but I know I nearly shat my pants when like three of them got into me in a one like small room, like all busted through the vents. I was like, I didn't even know they could do that.
Thank you, Litro. Yes, go watch him be scared, feed off of his fear. And then last but never least, we've got Shani.
Hi there, it's your girl Shani, played by me, real ass man knight, Sif VTuber. I don't have any announcements, just I got art this week and then probably art again. Whoa, crazy, and art. That's it. Oh, I do have one more thing I'd like to make a request of everyone here, except Obs. She can just sit there and look pretty. It was a certain knight's it was a certain deaf knight's birthday recently. Do we want to sing her happy birthday?
Yes.
Oh God.
I was digging through all of Obs' VODs and I could not find her birthday song, so we could just sing regular.
Simple, but it's okay.
My brain's small.
No, now you have to sit here through the awkward, normal happy birthday
the
song.
Most awkward version of the song.
Well, leader,
yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Shut up! I'm not musically inclined.
Oh man.
I'll just begin it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Obsidia. Happy birthday to you.
That was everything I wanted it to be and more. It was so great. I appreciate it.
Many more.
0 people being in sync with each other.
We do our best here on this channel.
I was sitting here just like ready to like help out, and then it just fell apart train 1, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't be associated.
I love it.
Yeah, I blame you then, Lily. This whole thing fell apart.
You smell like a monkey.
Lily
and
was
you
the
look
glue
like
that was
one
bringing
too.
it together, and she just decided to throw it away. But yes, thank you. My birthday was yesterday. I turned 35. Big MILF night hours.
MILF upgrade.
That MILF stat keeps going up. Holy shit.
Goes up higher every year. So powerful. I'm the BBEG of MILFness. But yes, thank you everybody. I appreciate the song. So previously on Eberron Ashes of the Last War, our party was in the town of Nue Hue, where they were helping the townspeople prepare for defense against Clan Jin, a army of goblinoids led by none other than Jiang-ro Jinzhao, otherwise known as Kai-shen's brother, who had tried to kill him the first time and killed all of his family. So they are coming to attack this town, and nobody answered the call to defense except for these schmucks. So they were able to coordinate their battle plan and began putting it into play. Malral spent a week so far constructing stone defenses as well as making weapons and armor in his off time. Illya was able to rally the people of the town to go all out in defense, and prove that there was probably worthwhile to actually defend their homes instead of abandoning them. Our very own Kamar experimented with some glyph of warding mining charges to try and set them up as landmines with moderate success that she said she was going to try and refine on in her second week, as Shani and Euphoria and Kai-shen focused on training the people themselves to raise the militia ready to roll. Aside from that, in their off time, Illya went off to go practice magic in a spectacular way for the people to watch, which we will start the session with. And Kamar went to go talk to Malral and connect as he worked, and gave him some sandwiches and some water. And Shani tried to, basically do her getting Kai-shen to have faith in the future, and maybe there is a life after all of this, and you can move on with optimism, to which Kai-shen said no. And then Euphoria went to talk to Kai-shen and exploited the knowledge she had about him from when they were in the Feywild to get him to start disclosing some of the deep insecurities he has about his life and his fears of how he lost everyone he loved and he's afraid it'll happen again, kind of thing. And also a little spice for the future that I was not predicting. As he was being a supportive bro, saying that her ex-husband really just did not appreciate her enough, and that one thing led to another, and the Ashes polycule goes stronger by the day. So we will start off our session now with, first of all, going to Illya, and then we're going to jump into what everyone's going to be doing for the following week. So first up, Illya, how do you do your magic nonsense that you wanted to go practice in your downtime?
Yeah, I essentially she was just gonna go kind of meditate channel in the park.
Mhm.
But by doing so, she is essentially just taking the branch that makes up her new staff and just kind of putting it in the ground. And as she does, this sort of runic patterns sort of start to expand out from it. And just kind of it turns all of the area around it like this snowy white, but just for what it's worth, if she takes it out, it's gone. And essentially is just kind of going to sit there in meditation amongst the kind of cold snow, and is just going to, let the magic kind of flow out, and otherwise just vibe for a bit.
Okay, as you vibe in your snow, I think the appropriate term is a swarm of goblinoid children come to watch the tall blue lady and her suddenly created snow. Since I think at this point it's probably, maybe February, March. No, I think it's probably about March.
Yeah, it's hard to say, Feywild.
Yeah, because you've spent so much time in the Feywild at different points. It's hard to keep track of what it is in reality, but we're gonna say it's about March.
Oh man, we missed Christmas.
Yep. but you guys allowed Christmas to happen because you did put Queen Mab back in charge of the seasonal court. Um, but yeah, so kids have never seen an arcane practitioner such as Illya's level before. So, there's just a whole bunch of big green faces looking at you and whispering and goblin and stuff, and just thinking like, and some of them are playing with the snow.
I think Ilya would just kind of look at them, break away from her meditation for a bit, and just say, hello, darlings. Are you here to play in the snow? I can make a little bit more if that's what you want.
Did you make all the snow?
I did. That's correct.
Wow. How'd you do it?
It's a bit complicated, but, well, I mean, you see how snow white my hair is. It's kind of a part of who I am in that way. If I channel my magics, then, well, snow just appears.
My grandma has white hair, but she doesn't make any snow. She makes soup.
Soup is very good.
Not as fun to play in.
That's true. Soup, well, at least hot soup would be kind of dangerous to play in. But no, I don't think it has anything to do with necessarily the hair, more so just. And she'll kind of twirl her fingers and like create a snowflake in her hand that's like very large and prominent and say, it's just something I guess that I'm capable of.
All the kids go, wow. One of them picks up a stick and tries to do the same thing you did. Nothing obviously happened.
She would just smile and say, are all of you children feeling all right? Ahead of, well, as things get a little busy around here.
Mommy says that you all are gonna protect us.
Indeed I am, and indeed we all will.
Is it really gonna be okay?
Well, my darlings, it is merely something that we are capable to do. We are one of the strongest groups of fighters in the world. Trust me, we'll keep you safe.
One of the kids goes, My daddy went off to fight for the king, and he never came back. Are you gonna come back?
Perhaps one day. We don't exactly plan to stay too much longer after the efforts, but, well, I never forget a child's face. I make a point to. I know these things can be scary, but I mean, you see us. You see how much we've done in just the past few days. And she'll kind of extend the circle a little bit further, so that way the snow kind of rises up a bit more. And after all, snow can be quite the powerful force for keeping people safe.
It'll be a red Christmas.
Oh my god.
We're gonna paint this snow fucking blood red. Oh, okay, I'm not used to it, but if you're as powerful as you seem to be, maybe it'll be okay. And the snow is it okay if we play in the snow, or is it battle snow?
It's not battle snow or anything of the sort.
Not yet.
It is merely just snow. I don't want you children to be associating snow for anything violent. Snow is beautiful. Snow is pure. and snow is a joyous place to be. I partook in many a snowball fight in my youth. Have you ever had the chance?
Oh, yeah, we did them all the time when it was snowing around. They always say that it's important for us to learn our tactics and our being able to defeat our foes.
I hope that after this, you will be able to just simply relax and have fun under no more threats. But till then, you kids have your heart in the right place. I can feel it.
All the kids will start playing in your snow until they get too cold.
Yeah, because it is probably, sub 30 degrees here.
Yeah, they were not adequately prepared for spontaneous winter. So they'll play for a bit, then they'll go have soup.
Perfect.
Okay, so that finishes off the first week of preparations for the defense. So going into week 2, I know that Malral is continuing to erect walls and build stuff.
I do have something I want to do between that, if possible.
Well, we'll get to the downtime thing after I've got what everyone's actually doing.
Okay.
So, Kamar, I believe you said you wanted to try and put the landmines in a better place than you did previously. You could do something else if you want instead.
Yeah, I definitely want to make sure that it's adequate for what we need to do for as long as it takes. And if I doubt there's any sort of like library or bookstore or something.
No, not in this town.
Yeah. So she'll probably just try to work on that then.
Okay.
There is, but it's all orc smut.
That would not stop her.
That's what she reads.
Yep. All right. Illya, what do you want to do for preparations for week 2?
Oh god, there's nothing she can really do since there's no magic users here. So
do you have Arcana?
I do have Arcana, yes.
You
so I could probably help out with Kamar.
Yeah, you could either give Kamar advantage, or you can just both roll, and whoever gets highest gets highest.
I think Kamar's got maybe in that field as an intelligence check, so
right.
I'll give her advantage.
Okay.
Charisma class.
So you're gonna help reset the glyphs of warding, Euphoria.
So last week I had, I was helping Shani and Kai-shen train the sort of makeshift militia. I think this week, she can trust that they're gonna continue to be in good hands with Shani and Kai-shen. I think she'd probably work closely with the leaders of the town to sort of strategize a little bit, like where to. Now that we have this semi-trained militia, where are we going to place them? How are we going to, actually fight this fight? And so I think that's what she'd focus on.
Okay. Shadi.
I think I'm just going to continue training until someone tells me otherwise.
Okay.
Shani's not bigger picture. She is just, hey, grandma, those sitting needles are really sharp.
Okay.
Pour your hot soup down the wall, grandma. Let's go.
Yep. Okay, so first off, let's do Kamar with advantage on her Arcana check.
Sure. $18?
With advantage?
Yep, that was with advantage.
Okay. Much better. So...
Sorry, the DC was 30.
You're wildly unprepared for this. No, with Illya helping out, basically priming the charges appropriately and being able to assist you so you're not like all straining to lug this around yourself from where you'd previously put them. You think you could probably better concentrate them to channel the enemy into particular lanes around the town. So you feel like you've probably set them out about as good as you think you can do.
Okay.
Euphoria, can you make an insight roll for your strategery?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I give her advantage since I'm literally building strategic spots in the wall for her to place her men?
No, because your thing is creating literally very tangible defenses to this town. So that is occupying your actions.
I got a 12.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're contributing. You're adding your insights about the
I don't know
situation.
this town.
You've never been a battlefield strategist kind of fighter, so this is a bit like bigger picture than you're used to. But you
sure am there.
You sure are participating. All right, and then last we have Shani. Roll your athletics check, I think is what I had you do last time. Or was it deception? I think you may have done deception for your...
I think I may have done deception to better
people.
flavor it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the first week was like strategy and like getting them in the mindset. I think this week might be athletics, if that's okay.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? We ball deception. 24.
Wow.
Holy moly.
I'm gonna roll like shit this combat, you guys.
Game's easy.
You rolled a 20. You rolled a nat 20 last time, so
Yeah, the 19 this time.
Shani was made. She was made to teach children how to stab people.
I'm so proud.
So proud.
They're gonna grow up to be such street urchins. So let's go.
But yeah, you're successfully teaching the dirtiest of tactics to these people. The militia stays with rapt attention, listening to this instruction when in tandem with Kai-shen teaching them about discipline and working together, and you telling them to stab people in the dick. It's an excellent combo.
It's going like you must have honor and discipline, and then it cuts to Shani going, "Listen, you will do whatever it fucking takes to win. I don't fucking care if you have to bite their goddamn toes off."
So with that, you think you probably are going to get the defenses about as good as they are going to be over the course of this week. Now you will go around and do what are the downtime activities you want to do, like your one particular downtime aside during the final week. And then after that, we will do the night before. So first up, I will... go circling around to just get me the idea, and then I'll tell you what order it's going to happen in. So first up, Malral, what would you like to do for your downtime?
In between building the wall and everything, this would have been something Malral did a lot with his own squadron, only now he's doing it a bit more on a bigger scale. Is that before the battle, given enough time, he wants to try and organize a large bonfire with enough drinks for everyone, and he wants to help brew his own special dragon breath ale, family recipe. Basically to help boost up morale and get everyone ready to warm their blood up before a fight.
Okay. Euphoria, what do you want to do?
Definitely want to go to that sweet bonfire party.
Yeah, well, the bonfire party will actually be like a part of the night before, because it's very fitting for the night before for this.
Sick. Well, I think it's only appropriate that I talk to the other half of my polycule, so.
Illya?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Kamar?
She will likely if Shani is teaching the children horrible manners, she might just try to sit with the kids too and like just watch what's going on, make sure everything's going okay. But also starting to journal in the meantime. She's kind of creating a little bit of a story, so she's going to be doing a lot of writing.
Okay. Shani?
Sorry, I just wanted to add. I just think this I like the idea of like Kamar doodling as she journals, and this one like Renaissance or like medieval art diagram of this cat girl lifting a chair and children following suit with smaller chairs. Yeah.
Exactly.
I for the free time I was going to go and approach the goblin barmaid we spoke to before.
Yep.
If now is the time for that.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can talk to old Shui-lun.
Sure.
And then Illya, aside from talking to your polycule, is there anything you want to do?
I would like to talk to Kamar a bit.
Okay. So, Malral, we will do yours last because yours is going to be the night before.
All right, good.
As you hype everyone up. So, first up, I'm gonna start with Illya and Kamar.
Okay.
So you're the tip of the spear, Illya.
Yep.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo. Got demoted?
Damn.
That's fucking perfect. What the fuck?
Oh.
Moving on. I imagine if Kamar is taking up journaling, do you think she would be like just kind of working on that idly whenever she would just was chilling and vibing?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think Ilya would just kind of come to the door that Kamar is currently staying in and just kind of, give it a soft knock and let her know that it's her.
You can come in.
Thank you. And she'll open the door and kind of walk in and see Kamar sitting there journaling and just be like, "Huh, what are you working on there?"
Oh, I mean, it's just a silly little thing, a project wanted to start. We've been through a lot, and yeah, I figured we should write down, our adventures, at least catalog them, and maybe someone, down the line will see it.
Hmm.
Been pretty interesting so far, so.
I would hope to say so. It has certainly been a bit of a wild journey, hasn't it?
Certainly has. I don't think if it was written down, people would believe us.
Sometimes I don't even believe the journey, and I've lived it. Truly, the person that you met those months ago is not the one that stands before you now.
Really changed, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think that's for the better, though. I've grown a lot, and I mean, thinking back to the first time I even fought something, I know you weren't really around at that time, but I've changed, and I think it's good. I think it's good.
You think it's good?
Yeah, I do.
Come now, there's the confidence that you've been showing more of.
You're right. I am proud of myself. And a lot of that's thanks to you as well. Thank you. You really, inspired me to write this.
Science. Do you think that's what you're going to do when this is all over? Become an author? Write stories?
I love reading, so wouldn't writing become part of it?
I think it most certainly can be. I myself have never really put pen to paper very much, but I've read quite a few stories in my time.
Well, I hope that if if this is ever finished, that you'll be the first one to read it.
I would be so glad to. You know,
But
oh,
hmm?
go ahead. You first.
Oh, oh no, I was just curious as to, why you stopped by.
I think it's quite as simple as it's not that I view yourself and Shani as children, but just after dealing with the kids of this town, it just made me happy to be able to feel what I'm feeling right now. Just pride. And I just wanted to stop by and let you know that, well, now that I'm here, I suppose I'm realizing that I really have no idea how to be a proper parental figure. But so just that I'm proud of everyone. It's been a lot, and I hope he continues the journey. The smile on his face.
Aside from Shani, I can't even remember the last times anyone's told me they're proud of me. But I do remember my mother saying it. And even if you don't feel like you're a parental unit, I do really think of you as a second mother. I couldn't replace the first one, of course, but
I would never want to. It's, your mother, no matter who you are, will always means the world to you in some way, shape, or form.
I feel the same way. At least to you. Those same feelings I felt towards my mother, I feel them towards you as well, and I'm just, I'm really grateful. I'm glad that I can make you proud.
Ilya's gonna tear up a little bit, kind of try and hold it together, but just fell through it, you know? I
She
never
kind of,
intend.
oh, sorry, she's picking herself up and going to give her a hug.
She'll hug you back and just, as she is quite tall, just gonna kind of put her chin on your head and just say, I just never thought that life would afford me this chance. Ones that I sorely deserve. So I'm glad that you feel.
Person, I'm sorry this world has been so cruel to you, but I hope that one day it won't be, and that you will always be able to smile.
If we get through all of this, there'll be no shortage of smiles from I assure you.
Make sure to keep smiling too. You certainly let me add something to my book, at least.
Oh?
No, I'm not going to say anything till it's done.
I suppose that makes I should read it with a open mind and a clear conscience about what may be happening.
The names might be slightly different, but I'll think you know who's who.
A large blue person is going to be kind of a dead giveaway in many ways, if at least that does stay the same. Can't think of any other blue people that I've met in my time in the mortal realm.
Certainly unique, that's for sure.
Yeah. I won't keep you much longer. I just wanted to stop by once. Well, I just
To
felt,
hear that.
yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by, though.
Mm,
It's always nice hearing from you.
of course. I'll be just down the hall if you need me.
Yeah, I'll finish up soon.
Perfect. She'll give a kind of nod and then.
Hit the old dusty trail.
Oh yeah.
Okay. On the spirit of mom's Euphoria.
Okie dokie. So, yeah, when things, are sort of quieting down for the night, she's gonna seek out Illya wherever she might be to unwinding.
If this is the same night, then probably just in her quarters, just reading books, etc.
Hear a firm rap on the door.
She closes her book and puts it down and just says, "Oh, come in."
She'll open the door and step in. Just, hi. I don't mean to be bothering you. Do you have a moment?
Of course. No, I was just relaxing. Pretty scary.
I saw what you did for the kids. It was real sweet. Maybe a little misguided, but sweet.
I did think about being more realistic, I suppose you might put it, but I don't know. I just didn't have the heart to do it.
Mm,
So, I don't want them to be worried about the future, even if, well, it might be a logical and correct decision to do so.
yeah. I still believe that, given our current circumstances, I think a knife would be better suited in their hands than a fistful of snow, but
You would have
it
them
was,
fight.
I'd have them live. But that being said, it was good to see him smile.
Mm. We'll get through this. I know we've faced tougher scraps since this.
I guess we have, haven't we? With more to
mean-
come.
We fought a eldritch abomination in the Mournlands. This is just a person, isn't it?
I was talking to Kai-shen the other night about how he needs to be more optimistic about the future. And as I was talking, it made me feel a little hypocritical because it wasn't that long ago that I was telling you that I can't find happiness in someone else until I know what the future holds. So I guess to make up for that, when this is all done and we survive through this, like you said, I'd like to take you out on the town. properly.
Her eyes will light up in sort of a soft surprise and just like a date.
Yeah, like a date. I haven't been on one of those in a while, mind you, a proper date.
I haven't been on one in many years either, so it'll be something quite new to me.
Hmm.
It must have been at least 40 or even 50 years ago at this point. I have no
Well,
idea what
so
to
you're
do.
further out of the game than I am. I feel a little better now.
We both may have a sly tongue, but when it comes to proper courtship, I think we both have a lot left to desire. No, I would so much like to do it. So much would.
I'd really like that too. It's good to have something to look forward to. Something good.
Mm. I always say, giving yourself something to look forward to can often make even the toughest situations move by at a quicker rate.
Hmm. One more question while we're having this conversation. I meant to, ask you out a little earlier than this, but uh, practicality gets the better of you sometimes. But after talking to Kai-shen, I think he could use something to look forward to as well, considering I don't want him to go down in a flame of glory. I think he's considering it with the fight.
I think that he is too, if I'm being entirely honest.
I may or may not have preemptively invited him to our date.
You invited him to a date before asking me?
It just kind of happened, yeah.
What happened to the impulsive persons that you were just literally 2 weeks ago?
Listen, he was a tough shell to crack, but I gotta give you the credit for that, having cracked mine.
And he said yes.
I got a tentative yes.
I don't believe you if I'm being honest.
You want to go ask him? We can go ask him.
Yeah. No, actually, let's make this a little thing then.
Wow.
That man is colder than my skin.
This is true, but I swear, I told him, if we survive through this, we should hang out. We should have a good time.
The ice is only a shell to hide his fiery passion underneath.
Malral walking by.
Yes.
Well, all things considered, this is a bit of a surprise, but I mean, he is a fine specimen, isn't he? Darling, I can see the pinks through the pink.
Oh dear, it's so embarrassing.
Illya, who's been basically sitting down this entire time, is going to stand up and come over and give her a kiss on the lips.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yay.
little smooch.
Little smooch.
Smoochy smooch.
I like pink, you know.
Well, I hope so.
I think we could all use a bit of fun if we get out of all this. I'd be more
Yeah.
than happy to.
Yeah. I'm starting to learn that from you.
Do you feel better? I suppose I mean in a cosmic sense when I say that, which is kind of a loaded question.
I don't know. It seems a part of me still says it's awful silly to be planning dates the night before a big fight. Even sillier considering that I still have a whole lot left to do. I might have to leave some people behind.
Does
It feels a little selfish of me.
did you tell him about this?
No. Not yet.
Be honest. But if everything goes well, if we live, if the date goes well and all of that, I do not envy either of us having that conversation with him.
I know it'll happen. The conversation. We'll talk about it. Right now,
Happier things.
we all just need a little bit of happiness.
Mm. Yes. And who knows? Maybe we'll find a way to see this through in an alternative route. I suppose that's
I think if the three of us put our heads together, we might be able to figure something out.
yeah. Life is scary, but having people you love nearby can give you the strength to make it.
Hmm.
I'm. Well, I feel like I'm saying this to everyone, but I'm proud of you for feeling open enough for this. I don't want that to be condescending, it's just.
Hmm.
I mean, I still have it on myself.
It still feels a little odd. There's a part of me that's just itching to crawl back into that shell. But someone told me that it's worth it to stay out of it. So I think I'll listen to her.
Illya will kiss Euphoria's cheek and just say, she sounds quite smart.
She has her moments. Well, I'll let you get back to your books.
Euphoria?
Hmm.
I don't know what to say, but I'm just happy that I met you. I'm happy that I'm here with you.
She'll give a for once an unguarded, toothy smile. And just, you know, I think you are one of the sweetest people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
You can see Illya turn pretty red through the blue on her.
Purple.
Yeah, it turns a bit purple, yeah. There. If he wants a place to relax, you can always stop by my room late. I'll give you a wink.
Hey, yo.
Kamar and Shani have been listening through the wall this whole time.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write it down. Yo, they fucking.
This will go great to my fan fiction.
Hey, she's got to gather material somewhere, okay?
It's all
Certainly
for the
not
journal.
from first-hand experience.
Yeah.
An author can write about what they long for the most but can never have.
Well,
Ugh.
maybe not tonight. You need your beauty sleep after all. We got a big day, and well, frankly, it'd be quite likely if I stayed over, we wouldn't get much sleep. So I will bid you adieu.
Adieu, my dear.
Give her a little wink and then sashay away.
Wow. I'm glad you guys didn't actually go to visit Kai-shen. I'd have to describe another shirtless Kai-shen scene.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Another shirtless Kai-shen scene.
Material from the book.
You just walk into his room and then it's just sudden fade to black.
But yes, on that note, we go over to your girl Kamar. Or Shani, sorry, Shani. Different cat.
It's cool. It's cool. We're like twins, don't you know?
You are
That's
literal
cool.
twins.
Yes.
We are twins.
We are such like twins, anyways. Shui-lun was the name of the barmaid, right?
Yeah, Shui-lun.
Shui-lun. So at some point, as you know, everyone takes a break from training. Those who are run ragged by Kai-shen, Ayo, and the kids get bored and want to do something else.
Hey,
Shani will go look for Shui-lun, who I'm assuming is either helping morale keep up or is just managing, I don't know, rations or something. I don't know. I'll just try to catch her at either one of the leader meetings or after.
Yeah, she since we're currently in preparing for like the siege and stuff, she's defaulted to her previous training, as a quartermaster and everything, and she's helping organize the logistics of their supplies and getting the weapons and armor out to people and all that stuff. So she'll look up at you at some point. Oh, hello, Shani.
Hi there, Shui-lun. Hey, listen, I see you're busy with a lot of numbers and counting things. I can't really help with that, but do you have a moment to like talk? If you need me to, I can try to help with some things if it'll help you speed up faster.
Oh, no, it's fine. I've seen the training and stuff you've been doing for the other townspeople. I know that this would probably not be your strong suit. But I have time to talk. I'll just hand this over to old Callahan over here, and she slaps the little clipboard she was writing on to a human male. Get to work, toots. She walks away.
Is that guy into it?
He kind of like picks the keyboard. He's like, no, of course. Hey, and then he of course watches her walk away.
So Shui-lun, you're kind of like, I mean, not idolized on like the level of Kai-shen, but you're idolized here, right? Like you don't have a stone statue, but people here, they think about you a lot.
Oh, yeah, I have quite a charming way about myself, and of course there's the moneymaker, and so, I like to think I'm pretty popular here.
You're in touch with those feminine wiles I hear about, yeah?
Oh, they be wildin'.
As she gives you a big fangy smile.
I see. The real Gobbo attractor. You're not like an entertainer type though, like a bard or something. You'd say, yeah.
Oh no, I don't have quite that kind of quite that demeanor. I mostly try to stay pretty subdued in my overall communications with people, but you know, you can't hide the goods, is what they always say. As she, literally like hoists up her rapidly trying to escape goblin-sized bosom.
Shauna with the can't relate with this like your fucking small chest.
Goblin short stack hours.
Can't compete. Yeah, so I just listen, before we get into this, I want you to know something. I know you're hot. And I know I'm hot. This ain't a cry for help. I ain't, a teenage girl struggling to see myself in the mirror. No, I know I'm hot. But like, how do I'm not a bard. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not a master of seduction, but I want people to look at me, to want me, to idolize and support me, to be famous. And I just don't get how someone like me, who just punches people, that's my main shtick. I think you've noticed that. I don't know how to get there, how to start that. I get that I can bring a smile to people's faces. I brighten up the room. I'm good to be around. And there are people who want to be around me for that. But I want more. I've had a taste of what it's like to care for myself and have other people care for me, but I'm not settling. How do I start? How do I get my own risque photo like that on my wall? And she points to the fucking commission Shui-lun has.
Shui-lun will kind of look at it and go, well, if you're me, you just pay for it.
Yeah,
but she will hop up on a box and she says, get on my level. Get over here.
I think I'm the same height as you now that you're on the box.
Okay. And she's gonna grab you by the chin and have you look her in her big red eyes. She goes, I can tell you've been pretty insecure your whole life, and you've only recently began to realize how hot you really are. So I'm gonna give you a big secret that us hotties our entire life who've been aware of that fact already know. And that's, the most important first step is confidence.
I have confidence. I had confidence when I was insecure in myself. It was fake confidence, but I have a straight back. I have a loud voice. I know how to like demand things and say things.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything when it's fake. Anybody can pretend to be somebody else. You gotta actually feel it, because people will notice that. That's ultimately what'll shine through even your body language as a whole. If you look like a girl who's only recently figured out she's hot, and yet somehow doesn't adequately express that newfound power level, well, then it doesn't really matter now, does it? They're gonna notice that probably less attractive girl who's just more proud of who she is.
How do I use my power level? Teach me.
Well, there's always the easy way, which is you just gotta, I know that you're built for combat, but, there's always a bit more you can show off to help be a bit more persuasive. However, aside from that, you just gotta internalize it. You gotta realize that, you're worthwhile, and that people should want to be with you. And if they don't realize that themselves, that's really just their loss at that point.
Oh, well, I mean, like, I get that in a romantic level and, like, an interpersonal level with friends and family, but I really just want people to simp after me the way they do for other people, like, that guy did for you. Because I'm gonna be real, most men wouldn't do abacus calculations for me.
Oh, you just want them simping. Oh, that's easy. You just gotta, really, experience that walk into the room, smile and toe, you gotta, stop trying to march along. You gotta work those hips.
She does a roll that could practically, sound like thunder as she rolls her hips.
And she goes, just flex it. You walk in any room just to own it. You're a big, strong gal. You got nice curves.
I don't know about curves, and then Shani like takes her top off, so it's just like the like the sports bra and the jacket, just like this.
Yeah, give me a second.
And she reaches over and kind of fluffs up the sports bra, gives a little bit more cleavage.
It's a little tight.
Well, you're already working at a deficit here because you're wearing something that actively restricts the amount of action you could be exhibiting. See, with these, there is no holding them back. That's why it's just a corset meant to just push them up.
As she just grabs her own tits and.
I thought you were giving a lecture on using what I got, so I thought I was gonna like show off my abs and my obliques for those weirdos out there.
Well, we get to that, but I'll tell you can still show those off if you're not wearing a sports bra.
I have an idea for something to try then, maybe, but like I don't know. There's no seamstress here, so we'll. She takes off her jacket fully now to just like it's just the sports bra, and she wraps the jacket around her waist. How about I just follow you around camp, around town as you increase morale, and I'll see if I can do the same thing.
All right, let's see if you want to learn from the best.
You're definitely one of the teachers on my list.
And she'll hop off of her box, and she'll go around town. And everybody knows her. She's the prettiest gal in town. 3'2" and worth the climb. But yeah, you just see like it. She constantly gives off the vibe of somebody who she owns this town, if not in deed, but in form. And you also notice that there is a lot of rapport that she has apparently built up, over her years, in town, as well as the only people that don't simp for her are literally the guards and like Kenku. Like everyone who served with her, presumably during the war, they just treat her like another one of the bros. But many of the other townspeople, and even the mayor, he has a difficult time not eyeing her and listening raptly when she speaks to him. So yeah, it's a lot of an energy, like, is what you're picking up.
I'd like to get the idea like that during this sexiness montage, Shui-lun is like face palming as Shani attempts to do what she does, but then takes note of like the one time Shani's actively effective. It isn't like in a show of sexiness, but like in wholesome cuteness as she's like helping this one guy who's like tired pick up a box and wipe the sweat off his brow, and he just starts blushing and it's like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna take this box now, bye.
So yeah, she goes, see, that's something. You got a wholesome energy to you. You're not like, as va-va-voom as I am, but you could definitely work that tomboy girl next door vibe.
I'll keep that in mind, in my little head here. There are a few other people I've noticed who've got a mastery of this charm thing I might ask for, but thank you for talking about this with me, Shui-lun.
No problem. If I can help another girl be a sex machine, then I'll do it.
When they end up worldwide famous, don't worry, you'll be included in all those biographies they write about me.
She gives you a wink that sparkles.
Wink back, slightly less sparkles, but show of promise.
Shani has today learned that instead of being a Michael Bay girl, that she needs to be an 80s action movie girl.
She always was. That's the real takeaway. But yeah, and with that, we will come to the night before battle. Malral.
All right. So in the center of town is uh, a large mound of discarded wood, planks, and other things for the bonfire. And standing atop it, you can see Malral as he waits for people to gather around him. And once there's enough people, I am going to have him activate his chromatic ward that makes him immune to fire before he just looks straight down and uses his flaming breath attack to light the pyre beneath him. As the fire roams beneath him, he calls out to everyone. For some, this may be their last night. So tonight, we tell war stories of our ancestors. We spread the stories of heroes. We drink and make merry before we entertain the gods and forge new stories for future generations to tell. If tonight might be our last, then let us make enough noise for the world to remember us. And he jumps off, cues the nearby bards, and start playing rowdy music, goes over to a large keg with several mugs nearby, and goes ahead, fills it up, and brings it straight over to Kai-shen, and shoves the mug into his hand. Let's drink!
Kai-shen will raise the mug and say, to those who fight alongside us, and those who will not be here tomorrow for our next celebration. And he raises it. And yeah, everybody is at the party. You see the people are real hyped for this bonfire gathering. All the town who's still around shows up. Shui-lun starts busting out her drink reserves to supplement Malral's. And
Malral has made his own homebrew brew known as Dragon Breath Ale, which is at first when you drink it, real sweet like honey mead, but then quickly turns to burning as it goes down your throat, almost like a whiskey.
You basically invented Fireball.
The old Fireball. I love it.
Yeah, and everybody drinks. Everybody's talking. Some people will start like dancing as some people bust out. Just like maybe they have a fiddler or like rudimentary drum or such, and it turns into quite the festivity. Kai-shen is, he's actually, you see something you've never really seen Kai-shen do actively, kind of ever, which is Kai-shen's actually kind of smiling as he talks to some of the other, ex-soldiers and stuff, as he, sips his drink and just seemingly tells some stories to them. You occasionally hear Kai-shen laugh. You hear Kai-shen laugh.
No way.
Very surreal.
And there are games set up too, such as for those who are drunk enough to jump through the pyre flames to see if they can make it or not. Another one where it's just a drinking contest to see who can down the most mugs of ale. And probably after a few too many drinks, they open up like an axe throwing contest.
That's safe.
Indeed. But Malral will definitely be around and telling his own war stories of glory, to try and basically like hype people up.
Yeah, a lot of the townspeople will be gathered around Malral. He's a big dude. He's very hyped. They love hearing these stories. Several of the ex-soldiers will be there too. Kind of shooting the shit with Malral.
So there I was, suddenly Warforged surrounding me. Nowhere to go. My entire platoon was all the way on the other side of the battlefield. I was separated because I was meant to be, bringing back the supplies for all the medicine and things. Well, they came by, cut me off, completely surround me. But what they didn't know is that I could do this, and I have all like I use heat metal to like suddenly heat several metal objects around me as like a bit of like a fun for the story. They were so distracted they couldn't tear off their own chassis fast enough, and I managed to get right by them.
Wow, that's fucking awesome, man. And you were able to make it through that?
I may have gotten a few hits in while I made it through. That's where I got this scar right here. And he like takes off his pauldron to show like a nasty gouge that's healed over time.
Damn, that must have been sick. Like, did you guys win in the end?
That battle, yeah, we did. We managed to go ahead and managed to hold the fort that we needed to get to. Managed to actually hold off and push the enemy back. After that, we were able to get the supply line, go ahead and meet up with us. And after that, we were able to hold the fort down and basically laugh at the enemy from the higher walls where they couldn't do shit.
And so some of the ex-soldiers laugh and stuff. They, do their own little like mutterings of like, yeah, I remember, something like that when I was fighting in, X battlefield and stuff. Hopefully it wasn't the same one, and they'll just kind of bust out laughing about that. And as we continue with the night before, is there anybody
Like there's a scene where he slaps someone's back a little bit too hard, knocking them forward.
they just slam into the ground? And everyone kind of laughs as they pick him up. Should we build a cordon around you? Just in case you get a little too happy. I don't think our backs can take it.
It'll toughen you up. Drink enough ale and you won't feel the pain anymore.
Damn, this motherfucker's spitting. Does anybody wish to have any last talks the night before?
Not a talk per se, but I think, Euphoria is gonna hang around with Illya. Just being very comfortably close to each other, sipping her beverage, but just give her a little nudge and like point over to Kai-shen, who is actually like having a good time, and just go, I told you.
He may have been more ready than I expected. It does warm the heart to see him like so.
Yeah, not a total stiff.
Look
Almost
who's
looks like a person now.
I mean, the two of you, if you put each other together, it would be, rewind like 2 or 3 months.
Maybe, but at least I know how to have a little bit of fun.
You do, darling, you do.
You look over at Kai-shen and he's having a drinking contest with Malral.
I must say, I'm not exactly familiar with pre-battle or pre-war rituals. Are they like this all the time?
Well, I couldn't say exactly.
You get the feeling from the speech Malral gave, it was probably a bit more ancestral war band than it was actual militaristic battle. His people do come from tribes, so.
Shani and Kamar, anything you want to do during your night before?
Despite the activities, Kamar is actually pretty nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna kind of like sit amongst people and like kind of like nod and like occasionally laugh, but she's pretty uncomfortable actually. But she's trying not to like be a mood, like suck the mood out. So
Johnny,
I'd imagine if people were trying to approach Kamar and like say, "Hey, how's it going? Having a good time?" Like you would at a party. Shani would grab Kamar from the back and scoop her up over her shoulder, and then look at them and said, "Hey, sorry guys, I'm just gonna borrow my sister for a bit." Wink, sparkle, and take Kamar over to a corner where there isn't too many people, or like an alleyway around one of the buildings. Put her down. You all right?
Yes. What are you doing? The festivities are over there.
Mm, I mean, she reaches into her pockets and pulls out pocket meats from the party. I'm good as long as I got the pocket meat. Anyways, um, I don't know. During this whole time here, you seem very relaxed and working in your journal. I don't know what you're writing or doodling, but you weren't doing that here, so that made me think you weren't comfortable enough to do that. I don't know whatever you're writing about or journaling, but this would be prime material, so something's up, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It would be. I guess I'm just a little distracted. Um, Tomorrow's a really big day, and I'm pretty nervous about it all.
I get what you mean. I'm sure we'll mostly be fine, but after training some of those people, I know it's impossible for all of them to come out unscathed. Imagining everyday people being forced into fighting, hoping that they'd come out all right. But this hot short stack goblin lady told me to acknowledge myself too, and we did that, right? We didn't have a say in the matter and were forced into some pretty unsavory circumstances, yeah?
I mean, we've been here for a couple weeks, and we've gotten to know so many people. I, if Kai-shen, you know, if what's going to happen tomorrow is really going to be that big, I just want to be able to protect everyone. Weird late night thoughts, I suppose. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You're confident now, right? So you should know there are things you don't have to apologize for. Thinking is certainly one of them, right? I've stopped thinking, period, but I'm pretty sure you shouldn't have to apologize for having thoughts. But listen, um, we came out all right. Despite other people in our community trying to care for us and help us, we came out all right. And we helped these people. Kai-shen taught some of them, I taught some of them. You and Malral made sure this place was as protected as it could be. We have to have faith in that. You have so much power now. Do you remember back in the morning when you were obsessed with protecting me and got your big glow up?
Yeah. Sometimes it's
You're
not enough, though.
you absorbed how many versions of yourself, and you're saying that's not enough?
When you like that.
Listen, I know that desire to protect someone you don't think is ready for the world, and she looks like deep into Kamar's eyes with the I've been where you've been, I've worried about you the same way you've worried about me. But they gotta face the world their own way. And I'm not just talking about tomorrow. This is some town in the middle of nowhere. This isn't gonna be the last time they're targeted. They're gonna have to put up a defense. Greywall got its big walls to defend itself. After the collapse of the Crystal Tower in Shan, security was ramped up like crazy. Those people learned and grew and defended themselves. The same way you and I do on a day-to-day basis. And they've got each other, the same way I've got you and you've got me. We need to have faith in that. Faith that they'll do their best to prevent bad things from happening. And then, like, gripping both of Kamar's shoulders and looking very intently now. and faith that they'd have the strength to move on no matter what scars they'll have to bear, what losses they'll have to encounter.
You always know exactly what to say, don't you?
Don't
Thank
give
you,
me too
Shani.
much.
No,
Don't give me
I
too
need
much
to.
credit.
No, you
I
definitely deserve it.
just want my sister around enjoying her time here too. Now come on, one of those grandmas I thought how to stab with a sewing needle. She's got some war stories, and by war stories I mean like the Ayo kind. So come on, get a few glasses and sit with us.
Okay, I'm coming. She'll kind of grip her hand and come back with her.
Yeah, Shani's leaning against Kamar the whole walk back.
Malral, you will prevail in the drinking contest with Kai-shen. He will tap out after several rounds as he looks at you and goes, "You clearly have been training hard for this, and I fear that if I engage in this battle completely, I will inhibit myself for future engagements."
Yep. Total badass. Me. Goes down super easy.
To this you are champion. And he kind of tilts his head, makes a gesture with his hand as he stands up, and everyone cheers very loudly to Malral, and there you hear some people chanting Malral, Malral.
He stands up and he does a bow, kind of shakily, almost falling down. You see his large gut poke out a bit before he stands back up. And he lets out a large burp that just lets like a huge spout of flame in front of him.
And everyone cheers, and there is a slight contest as people try to burp as loudly as Malral did. Clearly, they can't match it in raw, fiery ferocity, but there is at least attempt made.
While they're all doing that, I kind of like pat Kai-shen on the shoulder and kind of like tug him a little bit and like nod towards a more quiet area of the party, kind of basically trying to convince them to like come talk with me for a second.
Yep, he'll come over.
It is the night before the battle. Are you confident?
He kind of gives you a very kind of sardonic smile as he goes, "It is the night before the battle. I am confident it will end one of two ways."
Smart man. But let's at least make sure it's still a glorious end, one way or another. And from what I hear, there's a few in the party that are really hoping for one end and looking to give you something in return for it.
It is always the goal of a warrior that your end would be glorious, and that it would be something to be spoken of in the tales of generations to come. I know that Shani tries to discuss about the future, and that we have overcome so many things, and this will be another one of those challenges. But as you and I know, war does not always go that way. But
Rather than that, let's focus on the here and now. Kai-shen, you are an honorable warrior. I am glad to be able to fight by your side.
He holds out an arm.
Kai-shen goes, and you as well. And he does the forearm clasp of warriors.
It goes like the little like strength contest between them for a second. Where I have higher constitution, I think he has higher strength, so he'll probably win that one. But yeah, just like a silent nod between them is what I think, as they just growing respect for each other.
Yep. And he will raise this glass and say, I do not know how you brew this to be so memorable.
The trick is in the cask you let it sit in. You see, if it's burned at a certain temperature, that smoky flavor goes right into the liquid. And you know my kind are all about burning.
I am very aware. And he'll kind of chuckle. He goes, I will ensure that the non-warriors amongst us are adequately prepared for tomorrow.
I think I've had enough drink as well. I'll be sure to make sure no one gets too hurt.
Good, they will likely need it in light of the fact of I do not wish for us to suffer more casualties tonight than in the actual engagement against Clan Jin.
Fun thing about having clerics is don't have to worry about what's it called? Migraines in the morning.
I don't know, just going
Just
from the,
magic it away.
I don't know. I feel like you'd get like shocked going from like massive fucking hangover to immediate soberness, like you just get whiplash.
Well, it's a fun thing. Alcohol is technically a poison, and it's just like,
No more poison, no more poison, no more poison for you, no more poison for you.
Kai-shen, when Shani and Kamar arrive back, Kai-shen will look at them and go, I hope the two of you are enjoying tonight.
We are, yes. Yes.
You are a far better wizard than you are a liar.
Take a load off, have a drink.
and he just shoves a mug into her hands.
I don't know, Malral. This juice kind of sucks. As like Shani's downing her fourth one.
No, I'm determined to have a good night, and I know it's gonna be good tomorrow. And she'll just chug the whole thing, just push the whole thing out.
You hear Kai-shen do a little like cheer as you down it, and goes, that is properly beginning to enjoy your last night on this earth.
Not ominous at all.
I mean, if you think about it, every night's your last night on Earth. If you think about it.
That's incredibly philosophical of you, Shani.
He burps.
Now come, you should revel in this night, for you do not know when you will be able to again. And he extends his hand to Kamar if she would like to dance.
Of course, she'll go ahead and take his hand.
Shani hitting you with the "you're into older men," huh? Sneer.
Malral puts in like a tackling arm around Shani's shoulders, like,
Come on, we can let them have all the fun. Let's join them.
Shani, you want to dance?
Wait. I'm sorry. Repeat that. I like brain farted for a second.
Malral asked if you wanted to dance.
I'm not for a group dance.
He did it in the most bro way possible.
It's a bro dance.
Yeah, I see a big crowd of people dancing over there, so let's go get on them.
Yep.
I want that big tribal, like, drums pounding dance wherever. And Shani absolutely ruining it by busting it down in the worst way.
That's the fun thing
She's
about
busted
campfire.
Sharn
That's the fun
style.
thing about bonfires is that there's no wrong dance. You just
Your body just moves, and however it moves, that's just how it does it at a bonfire party.
Malral, I appreciate the hustle, but this woman is Shani's a different breed of dancer.
She can't
Shui-lun
dance.
is totally face bombing.
Kai-shen is not doing any kind of romantic thing. He's just kind of basically doing like a kind of mock like ballroom with you, Kamar. Just kind of getting you to at least feel out of your comfort zone and try and get with the vibe of the party.
She's definitely trying to, but the entire time she's kind of just locking eyes with him, watching as he dances and having a good time. And she's able to smile and try to loosen up a bit through it. Because if Kai-shen is, then she certainly needs to.
And he'll so give you a nice dance around as he gives you that incredibly rare and novel Kai-shen fangy smile, as he will eventually, in between songs, he'll stop and he will give you a bow, and he goes, "Remember what I said, my dear. Enjoy tonight, for you do not know what will lie in store for you tomorrow."
Like, trying to keep it together. But she'll nod and continue to dance with him.
So Shani's having a twerk off with Shui-lun.
Gosh,
I'm learning.
My sister.
as the people surround them and cheer. Are Illya and Euphoria just kind of sipping their drinks and watching all the shenanigans ensue?
Oh, very much so, and thoroughly enjoying all facets of the show.
As it all as it all goes down, Kai-shen will approach the two of you smiling.
I never thought I'd see the day.
You have never seen me before battle. In a true combat, not the mercenary tasks that we have been doing up to this point. This is war. This is our true purpose.
Well, it's a relief to see that there's actually teeth in that skull of yours.
Yeah. Gives you a bit of a fangy smirk. I assure you that I have plenty of capabilities you have yet to see.
There's a very loud Ayo in the back of the party.
She just kind of raises her eyebrows like, is that so?
I must admit, when Euphoria told me that you had some discussions, I was a bit surprised to find that you would be, well, as open as you are about this. But after seeing you tonight, I think I can see a bit of it. It is good to see you smile.
His smile becomes a bit pained, as you say that, as he kind of looks at you and goes, "I will be honest, I never thought this day would come, when I would be able to serve and battle again, and I never thought the day would come when I would have this opportunity to regain what I've lost and try and make things right after so long. I celebrate tonight, for I do not know what will happen tomorrow. And I do know that no matter what occurs, this is a rare opportunity that I have been given, and I will not let it slip from my grasp."
Good. I want you to make the absolute most of this opportunity. Because when we win, well, the hard part comes after. And I think you know that. Trying to live again. But you don't have to do it by yourself.
I remember back in Sharn, the first time. While the others were dancing, we sat by the bar, had some drinks, and just watched. So in the spirit of the revelries that we find ourselves in, would you both do me the honor of having a dance?
I'm not quite sure I know how to do a three-way tango, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
I mean, you see Shani over
Heyo.
there. I don't think it's exactly a matter of a skill.
I would not use Shani as an example of anything related to dance.
She has the heart for it, though.
Her heart is as closely placed to dancing as I think she could ever get.
God damn.
Come on,
Seth-
put that drink down. Let's go. And she'll hook one of her arms in one of theirs and lead them out.
But yeah, and so Kai-shen will give you a smile though, as you are led onto the floor, and he will do his best to actually lead to fucking get that position of swinging between the two of you and stuff.
Hey, he should have some experience dancing with two wives.
Yes,
That's
actually,
true.
this is something
That's
he
true.
is trained for. He's just not used to
Trained
both of
for.
them being so tall.
He studied this.
Yeah, that is true. We are a little bit taller than his previous wives.
Well, one of his wives was a bugbear, so she was taller than him, but the other one was a goblin. So
That's right.
He improvises, adapts, and overcomes. But yeah, he does some excellent goblin war polycule dancing, ancient tradition.
Passed down for generations.
Yeah,
Sound for
traditional.
And he'll go, I have not danced like this in many years.
Well, sometimes you just need the opportunity to remember.
I guess some things cannot be forgotten. And with that, you guys will revel and celebrate until the bonfire begins to die down and people begin trickling away. Many people in various states of sobriety and happiness. Others, once the fire is beginning to die out and the music stops, you notice that a lot of the faces become much more pensive as they return to their homes.
Hardened.
Malral.
I was just saying hardened.
Yeah. And as it will end, Kai-shen will bow to the two ladies, and will turn to everyone, and he will give them a full, deep bow. It seems like almost an eternity ago that I swore my life's loyalty to you all. I am honored that you would, in turn, be willing to stand by me here in this moment of great peril and need. Be sure to rest, for you will not know what tomorrow brings, but I will be honored to face it together with you all, no matter where it takes me.
Thank you for everything you've done, Kai-shen. I hope you have a restful night.
This would be another page in your epic tale. Let us see if it is the last, or another page of many.
He does much more. There's a lot more weight behind it when he smiles, as Malral says that. It is good then that I have taught many of you art, so that you may memorialize my tale if it matters.
We'll leave that to perhaps Illya and Kamar. I didn't quite pick up the finesse required for it.
I can do topiary if that counts.
May the hedge you create in my honor be statuesque and proud.
I'll be sure to engrave your story in the wall over there.
You've certainly left an unmistakable impression on us here.
We'll put the hedge right on the front lawn.
Excellent. That way people will always know they have to go through me to get to you.
Ha ha ha! I could redesign the gates like that.
And with that, he will give you guys one last smile for the road before his face turns back to the Kai-shen you know so well, with his very tired red eyes and his sullen face as he returns to his room.
Malral turns to the other party members. So, are we going to say the party was a success, or did I not have enough food out, or...
Oh, listen, Malral, for my next birthday, I'm having you organizing the whole shindig.
I know it can be Dragonborn style. It can be a bit more primal than what most people are used to, but I feel like it gets people emotions fired up more.
Listen, you keep bringing that drink, and we'll be sure to have a good time no matter what.
Passed down from my father.
The Fight Dragonborn culture does seem to be quite different, but this was a nice change of pace.
I'm glad we got to celebrate. It is good that we have these moments before intense battle takes. It reminds me when I was able to spend time with those in my crew during the war. It's like you all are my own squad. Feels good. Now, anyone have a hangover? And he pulls out his healing hands to quickly just pat, 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 pat. Gets the alcohol out of the system. He's like, all right, off to bed. We gotta get up early.
I was just gonna add that maybe we should do this before we fight the Ashbringers. I mean, we're gonna do it eventually, and this is they're a pretty good excuse to party, yeah?
What do you think, Malral? You got another party in you?
I can make even more ale by then.
Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and I think it was something sorely needed.
Yes, us Red Dragonborn know how to do it right. Now, like I said, off to bed. We got fighting in the morning. Can't have you all being tired on the battlefield.
No, sir.
Good night, everyone. Sleep well.
Mm.
Good night.
Night. Doesn't know what to add there.
All right, everybody goes their separate ways to get what sleep they can. As the sun rises, you are each in turn woken up either by yourselves or by Kai-shen, as he is in his full equipment, and you notice the townspeople, getting ready as everyone's filing out of their houses and getting to the walls that Malral constructed. And now Kai-shen is all stone-faced. Seems as if the smiles were an illusion that may have been the result of too much red dragonborn fireball last night. As everyone arrays out, and when the party is together once more, you will look and remember the plan. We will have to suffer their initial assaults in order to be able to lure them in behind us so that we can be able to directly interdict Jiang-ro. I hope that you conserve your resources as much as possible, but I would be understanding if you chose to use your own magics or abilities to assist the people at the front wall.
We'll make sure that the line is not broke. That you can be sure.
Nods and
My craftsmanship is the best. It'll only break if I designed it to break.
So, did you design it to break?
Yes, that part over there, where there's more walls behind it for an ambush.
As you get into your positions, you see from the front wall that there is a single rider on a direwolf who is kind of leisurely riding to the front wall with a white flag on a banner. And as he gets closer, you will see that he is a hobgoblin male, wearing the green and black, presumably, or not. Sorry, green and black. That's Seer. As he is wearing the black and red of Clan Jin, presumably, as he gets to the front gate and looks up at you guys on the wall.
He's like, what the fuck? Our scout said nothing about a wall?
And
Where the fuck did this come from?
He looks up and down the wall at the various militia, and then at you guys, who obviously look much better than militia. I'm the emissary of Jiang-ro Jin Zhao. I have come under a flag of truce to give you this opportunity to surrender and throw open your gates. If you do so, your people will be spared, and your town will be annexed. In the name of the great Dai-yen and of the kingdom of Dargoon. There will only be one offer. Do you accept?
Malral looks over at Kai-shen to answer for all of them.
Kai-shen will nod and look down. And you see the hobgoblin kind of eyes go a bit wide at first as he sees Kai-shen, and then, kind of regains his composure as Kai-shen says, "Tell my brother I will be waiting." And with that, the hobgoblin kind of looks up and down the wall again and will turn his direwolf around and start riding back beyond some hills. The time has come. And with that, you hear the drums begin to start beating in a rhythmic marching tune.
Malral takes his sword and shield and starts banging it against his own shield with the rhythm as well, trying to drown out the noise of the incoming war drums, trying to get the other soldiers on the wall to do the same.
And as they, kind of slowly start picking up your beat as they're, slamming their spear butts against the stone, you see a vast host of armored hobgoblin phalanxes marching forward with shields and spears, as other hobgoblins march behind them with longbows and pavisas on their backs. And you see these enormous striding ogres that have these howdahs on their back, where you see small goblins with bows ready to rain down fire from their vantage point. And you do not, as of yet, see any kind of hobgoblin leadership, but they will begin going forward, their drums being matched beat for beat by the slams of spear butts and the banging and clamoring of shields, as the first initial volleys of arrows begin to start pouring down onto the wall, as the various hobgoblin archers take off their pavisas and slam them into the ground as impromptu defensive works, as the rest of them begin tortoising their own shields around each other as they go towards the walls, as your militia return fire. And now the real question is, do you guys wish to at all participate in the first wave of defenses? Do you wish to cast any spells, make any attacks down upon the attackers, or do you wish to save it for the engagement against Jiang-ro?
I have one thing I want to do. As their cavalry or like frontline infantry starts charging forward, as soon as they get like the order to start charging forward, Malral is going to immediately cast a wall of fire at 4th level right into the way of their charge. So they all basically just charge straight into a wall of flame.
Okay, so you use a 4th level spell. The initial charge is, you see people are going into their final, push towards the wall. How long is a wall of fire?
Up to 60 feet.
Okay, so it will cover about half the wall. Actually, I gotta switch your perspectives now. You can see the stuff happening.
Map.
So the stuff in the back you can ignore right now. That hasn't happened yet. I just had that set up for me. But you do see the
good to know.
The formations approaching. And so the wall of fire would cover it covers about half the wall. So you will catch probably a good 20 or so hobgoblin infantry in it before the rest of their formations, stop and move away from the fire and begin reorienting themselves. Does anybody else wish to actively participate in the initial engagement?
Yes.
That lasts for a minute, by the way, so that probably fucks up with their formations as well.
Yeah, but it is only a minute, so they will be able to readjust in the grand scheme of combat. Euphoria.
Yeah. Where in this formation here would you say the archers are?
The archers are the back ranks.
Cool. In the back ranks, I'm going to cast darkness.
Oh, perfect. Same length as the wall.
Give me one moment.
I'm just like, God damn it.
I'm bringing fucking magic to my military style event.
No, it's
How
fine.
dare they.
I fully expected it.
I can only count. I can only cast this once a day. I'm making it count.
It's a good spell.
On the other side of the wall, that they like, as soon as they start to reposition around the wall of fire and start to group up on, like, let's say, like the right side of the wall, if it was cast like over here, I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance,
Okay.
which is a 30-foot radius. I'm trying to like figure out the
Damn, they
proper
can't
space.
see. They're vomiting and they're catching fire.
Yeah,
That's
so
But
rough.
it's really awesome. If people could see it, it'd be awesome.
It's so cool. War crimes haven't been invented yet, guys.
The darkness just ends and it's just full of nothing but dead bodies. And everyone's just like, what the fuck happened?
We're the good guys. It's okay.
That lasts 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So just for 10 minutes, basically that entire side of the wall is just a decaying, because it's frost decay. So essentially people are just slowly getting frostbite.
Okay. Okay.
I did also want to ask.
Yes.
At the beginning of the day, if I could have cast aid on 3 different people, because that does last 8 hours.
Sure. Who do you want to
Okay.
cast it on?
I'll do it on our all of our front line. So that would be on myself, Euphoria, and Shani.
Okay.
So everyone who I just said, their max HP goes up by 20, and they also heal by 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sick.
All right, and so yeah, the initial magical bombardment is quite impactful upon these people, as it very much throws the initial advance into chaos. You do see after the first few minutes of as the hobgoblins are recoiling away from the wall, they will, there's dozens of bodies being left behind as they are trying to pull back from the initial chaos. And then you start seeing the various spells start getting slammed down by, apparently they have brought up some magical support to their forces, probably the Devastators that Kai-shen had mentioned that the army would likely employ. But the initial magical bombardment at least delays the slamming against the wall for a solid, like probably half an hour, because the initial spells happen and then that causes them to pull back, and then they have to wait for magic support to arrive before they start marching again. But if everybody could please make perception checks.
And the glyphs are at the front, right? Where
Yep.
Okay,
they did not make it deep enough to trigger the glyphs yet.
Gotcha.
So that would likely happen now.
Yeah, they were all kind of like on fire and throwing up and completely blind. So
They had other things that were
Me as
ending their
the
career.
barbarian, me as the barbarian in this massive fight. So can I like throw a rock really far?
Sure.
Let's go.
you are your own catapult.
Throw the rock.
Rock.
Monkey.
Note to self: get Shani grenades.
That's not a strength. That's not a strength tool,
You throw it, don't you?
I suppose.
So throw your rock.
Oh wait, you're actually letting me. Okay.
Make an attack.
What would
I
I
want to see
roll?
how epically you throw this rock.
That would like no skill. It would just be like okay. It would just be proficiency. But I add proficiency to this?
It's it's a what's it called? Improvised weapon, I guess. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
a
so I
generic rock.
Not proficient.
Still pretty
18.
good. Still pretty good. You're gonna tag a hobgoblin with it.
Let's go, rock!
roll
This is like
roll
everyone
1d8 plus
casting.
strength.
I'd like to think, despite it only hitting one person versus the AoE of magic,
Yep.
seeing Shani so hyped, that's the inspiring leader proc for next fight.
Okay. Everyone who doesn't have aid could have inspiring leader.
No, it's 8
It
is
is
not
max.
10
Oh,
HP.
8 is not temporary avoid. Sorry. So yes,
No,
you don't
it
get your
just
inspiring leader.
added on max.
It's 10 now, right?
It is 9, yeah, 10,
Temporary.
up to 6. So that's all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
10
And
temp.
yeah, it inspires everybody as they start cheering at this. And as the hobgoblins come back for wave 2, there is a new phalanx plus one of the ogre howdas striding forward, and that's when Kamar's glyphs of warding start to detonate. So let me just see what is glyph of warding. Okay, so this is going to be a bunch of D8. Where is the? There's a lot of reading in this spell, and I'm just trying to find damage. All right, so it's D8. So 5d8. This is gonna be thunder because they were mining charges originally. As go. Yep. So you notice that a series of 3 different glyphs of warding detonate because of how well you and Illya placed them. That it just, you see the legs just detonate out from under the ogre as it gets caught between multiple different glyphs of warding placements as its body just slams into the stone wall, cracking the stone a bit as the goblins come tumbling out of its howdah, and another one of the hobgoblin platoons basically just disintegrates into viscera and armor pieces as the ground flies up into the sky. But as that is occurring, Euphoria, you actually notice that there are several what appears to be like stealth bugbears that have worked around to notice the significantly less defended rear of the town, and are noticing the fact that it is a potential opening to outflank the defenses that have been set up at the front of the wall, which is intentional. So what do you do with this information?
I think with that, she would not loudly, declare it, but whoever is closest to her, whether it be like Shani or Kai-shen, whomever, just nudge them and say, "Our plan's working. We've got company."
So we should stop moving over there now, right? To jump him.
We gotta see if we can single him out.
I think that some of us should stay here to not give away the feint.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
You may put yourselves inside of the blue box, anywhere in the blue box.
Blue box.
Don't worry, Kai-shen, let a real tank get in front of you.
Wow.
He's not used to real combat, clearly, as this is his first real one.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are just living that scrub life. You don't know what real battle is.
I say all this, I'm gonna be the first to get that.
It's all right. I'll bring you right back up.
And as you guys set up, I can there we go. You now notice that as you're moving into position, a series of magical concealing wards begins to drop as you see that there's probably about maybe about a dozen or so people that are coming in from that side area, as right when they get to the walls, the wards drop, and you see the ogres just smash through the already weakened parts of the wall that you had set up to be there. And what appears to be a cadre of very elite-looking hobgoblins, along with 2 ogre howdas, and a enormous armored man. He's probably, about 9 feet tall, and he has a huge back banner in red and black of some goblin symbol that is, the people who speak goblin would be able to identify it as the character for Clan Jin. And he has what appears to be probably a 10-foot long curved greatsword in a sheath as he is walking amidst his people. And with that, I think it's time that everybody roll initiative. Please select your tokens.
Yay! I didn't get a number below 10 this time.
Out of the way, losers. This is a Sif rolls well quest, I guess.
It's time for a real tank. Let's go.
I'm gonna lose so much HP.
I appreciate Sif's raw level of swagger he has right now. Before he's had to do any actual combat rolls.
I gotta keep the confidence high because it's gonna go away soon. I know it.
Keeping
I'm just gonna pick you up and
Shui-lun's
just
fucking
throw
advice.
you right at the boss.
This guy, Mike Divo. I've got all my fancy goblin names for things, so I actually have to remember what they mean. The problem when you make up your own language, you actually have to understand what you wrote.
No.
This must be how Tolkien felt. No big
I was
deal.
just about to say that. Like,
He wrote several different languages, right?
Yeah, but that was like
Yeah.
his job. He was like a professional, like...
Yeah, he was a linguist.
He wrote the language first, and then was like, you know what this language needs? An epic saga.
Yeah, he was a linguist, right?
Yeah.
Gotta
Mhm.
give context to my linguist.
All right, and with that, we start off with Shani.
All right. I am going to main action rage and activate my eldritch spikes. So I'm just gonna hit the red button.
Quick,
then
Shawnee,
I'm
jump on
going
these horses and go.
There are no actual horses there.
Don't you know those are like the clay pigeon of horses? They're not
Yep.
really there. And I am going to bonus action shift, which gives me 2 more hit points than I had before, or temporary hit points than I had before. And I'm gonna walk. Which one's Kai-shen's brother?
He is the big red one with the green dot on him.
Oh, that one. Okay, all right. Well, we gotta hold down the choke points. I'm gonna go this way, and in my turn.
Yes, the one that looks like Sauron from the animated Lord of the Rings.
It's actually a very cool random art picture I found online that I will post in the Discord in a bit. But
Looking into it, it's so fucking sick.
so that's, you're activating all your special stuff and you're good.
I'm good.
Okay, Euphoria.
Okay. She's just gonna turn to Kai-shen real quick and be like, I suppose the one who doesn't know the art of subtlety is your brother?
It is a dead giveaway.
Alright. And she's going to, of course...
Create a clone. Oh no, Maris disappeared. There we go.
Maris!
You're back.
Oh, there's-
Yeah, you
What
went
happened?
silent.
Oh,
But we can hear you now.
okay, cool. I'm summoning my echo.
Oh, so that's how the polycule is gonna work. Anyways.
Oh,
Got him.
I see.
That's why you
Noted.
picked that
Noted.
class, right?
And I'm gonna go for this guy right here in front of me. I'm gonna try to poke him.
All right, try and give him the old pokerino.
Good old pig and a poke. Let's go. Ew, 14.
Nope,
I try again.
another one.
A nat 20.
That'll
That
do,
obviously hits.
For 20 piercing damage.
A nat
20
30.
piercing damage. Okay, that's kind of unfair, but I'll go with it. At
I
that
love
up,
my luck-based game.
is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that'll do it.
Okay, at that point, you see Jiang-ro is going to raise his hand and point towards you guys, and I need everybody to please make dexterity saving throws.
Were like all of us?
Yes, every person. Every non-Clan Jin person has to make a dexterity saving throw. Alright, we got 11, we got 5. You do have advantage if you have advantage from whatever thing that gives you stuff for dexterity saving throws.
Barbarian.
I'm assuming that's gonna fail for me. I'm gonna use my fighter indomitable and try to re-roll that.
Okay, I respect that.
Oh no! 12.
You hate to see it.
It is better.
So Malral and Illya.
That is a 20 because I have +3 from my shield.
Yep. Okay, so Malral, Kai-shen, and Shani all pass, but everyone else is going to get, there is a just colossal hail of arrows as Jiang-ro bellows for a full barrage on you guys. So it's going to be full damage to everybody who failed and half damage to everyone who passed.
Because of my shield master, I take 0 damage.
Okay, then so be that. Everyone who's not Malral then will be taking 19 full damage or 10 half damage. And these are conventional arrows, so if you had something that does anything versus non-magical attacks, it does apply, but I don't think anybody has that kind of damage reduction. So, 19 damage to people who failed, as just piercing arrows basically fired a massive volley down onto the battlefield that seemed to be well targeted, at least away from the Clan Jin forces. And it'll be 10 damage to everyone who failed, as he used one of his command abilities of the turn. Next up, we got the Hobgoblin Daivo. He is going to... running through this alleyway. He is going to look at... Let me see. He's going to look at old Euphoria, and he's going to try and luck shot onto our girl. Because she's got that stupid 50% miss chance. Let's see, Mr. Daivo. Gonna try and tag you twice. Nope. Nope. Alright, so yeah, he pulls out a massive heavy crossbow, but the bolts just go through your basically ever shifting form of your cloak of displacement, as he is very trying to tactically move around you. Alright, on this turn, the Jiang-ro is going to he's going to look at his forces moving in on you guys, and he will make a rallying cry in Goblin, and you see all of his troops begin to attack with greater accuracy as he uses his second command ability. So Shani, you didn't reckless attack. This is a novel situation for you.
It's strange. I feel safe for some reason.
So what is your normal AC?
My normal AC is a 17.
Okay. Okay, so then the Daivo over here is going to try and swing a much smaller version of the giant curved greatswords and try and tag you. 24 hits.
Yes.
You take 5 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20. Does anybody wish to try and prevent that?
I will... No, I can't, because I use Shield Master.
Yeah,
So
you've
that was
used
my
a reaction,
reaction.
and it
Yeah.
looks like she is out of range of Kamar. It's
That's
30
cool.
feet, right, Kamar? Not 60?
Yeah, it's 30.
Okay. So you're getting nat 20.
That's cool. It's only fair. You know, you got nat 20'd. I'll get nat 20 back.
For 23, so it's halved down to 12 damage.
Yeah, got it.
As
I'm
he
fine.
is slashing into you with great accuracy. I forgot to give him advantage on his first attack. Oh well. Didn't matter. He hit. But yeah, these goblins appear to be, you know, as tactless as Jiang-ro may be, he does seem to have their loyalty to a very high degree, and they're acting under incredible leadership for that. Malral, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to move 5 feet up so I can get everyone in range of this. And then I am going to cast Beacon of Hope. So everyone that I choose within 30 feet, which should be everyone, all of my allies, bestows hope and vitality for the duration, which is 1 minute. Each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws, death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. And then I'm going to spend the rest of my movement getting right up into this guy's face. And is there anything I can do as a bonus action? Not unless you let me do a shield bash, but I think that's only for a if I actually attack. Yeah, I have to take an attack action to do that, so no, I can't do that. Is there supposed to be music, by the way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yep, you can hear it.
I had the site muted by accident.
That's is that Asgore's theme or
It's Undyne's theme.
Undyne's? Okay. They're both so fucking hot and badass. What am I saying? Ugh, my brain.
I think it hang on, let me do some quick math. It's 18. Yep. Yeah. It's got one HP. She does her best though. It is 18. Ouchie.
How dare they? Those are the most hard-working art and craft project by the children goblins.
That paper mache.
Okay. I'm drawing some lines. I've been trying to figure out what to do.
The AoE specialist just coming
Darn
in
it,
like,
I was
all right,
muted.
clear the way.
I was muted for all of that. So yes, the
Oh.
the ogre walks forward. Some arrows fly out and tag our dear Euphoria as the ogre goes smashing through part of the glittering goblin as well as one of the town homes as it's looking for blood. But it is now Illya's turn.
So, I guess just for, like, clarity in a way, all these like buildings, these are providing like cover. If I were to try and fireball, it wouldn't go like around kind of thing.
It would, if for the usual way that I do those kind of things, they're just included in the AoE, so
Okay.
they will also detonate basically.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to double check you rolled
Yeah.
that. Okay. Okay. With that in mind, I think I'm going to run up to about like this point.
You want to get melee with the ogre?
You know.
You know,
Let her cook. Let her cook.
All right. All right.
I think it's 50 feet. Hold on, let me double check. 60 feet. That would hit all of these people.
are you trying to cone a cold?
That's right.
Okay, I have to read how something works now.
Okay.
That's
Making our poor DM read.
is that a 5th level spell?
That is a 5th level spell.
Okay. I'm reading. Okay, this is gonna be spicy. I had something loosely prepared for a similar contingency to this. So the Jiang-ro is going, as you start readying your staff, you see him quickly snap to one of his hobgoblin devastators, who is going to try and counterspell you
Okay.
with his 3rd command ability, Mage Support. Alright, so it's going to be DC 15. I have to get how much is my plus? 3. Okay, so I have to roll pretty spicy on this.
So you got 40% chance to
Yeah, 'cause it's-
spell it.
It's just using your spellcasting. It would just be your spellcasting stat bonus, right?
To be honest, I've never used counterspell. I know
pretty
that
sure
sounds
it's
crazy.
Arcana
So-
or something
Because it
like
says make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So,
So you
that.
would,
Yeah,
you
so
would
it's
just a d20 plus your int modifier.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Come on, spicy
Yeah, so no
hobgoblin
proficiency or
time.
anything.
Ah, 22!
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you
So,
know what would be cool if there was a chronal shift and that would change.
That's up to
I
Paige.
think he's out of range of chronal shifting.
That's true. I would
it's
say,
30 foot
Only
range.
30.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, as you try to channel the raw fury of your staff, you feel the magical presence of what is probably a very experienced combat wizard who just starts unbinding your ice magics as they start to pour out and
Okay.
just drains it away into some kind of ether space.
Oh, I see how it is. They counterspell it when it's targeted at them, but not when it's like half the army at the front gate.
True.
You know, that was
They
part
should
of it.
work
They
on
didn't
both.
have the mages put into the front attack.
Bonus
That was their
action.
mistake.
Bonus action. Quick and spell blade ward.
Okay. Anything else?
I assume this guy has reach or something.
He does not have reach, actually.
Okay, then we're staying right here.
But you are still in melee with him
I mean,
because you are still
you're in
within
5
5
feet.
feet of him.
yep. I know. I was just checking to see if I can move away a little bit more. We're good. That's my turn.
This devastator is
He does have disadvantage to hit you if you move away.
It's fine. I have resistance.
going
He
to
has
move
resistance.
over here Actually, not. That's way too close. He's gonna go here and.
Yeah, I made it to the front line. That line just reminded me back in the day when lightning bolt used to bounce off walls.
That was sick.
That's silly.
It made it so much more powerful.
Let me bust out my old template. I too
You
can
could,
play at this game, Illya.
Holy
If you
shit, she's
could,
gonna bust it down.
Get it in a hallway and you can just bounce back and forth, hitting like a enemy multiple times.
Okay, everybody who is in this AoE, thankfully half the fucking party is fire resistant.
Are mages going to hit themselves?
They have a special rule that makes it so they don't. It's
Let 'em
called
ball.
Army Arcana. So everybody, please make dexterity saving throws as a fireball is flying out.
Boy.
Not everybody in the party, just everyone who was under that.
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to make that clear. I know how
Yeah,
eager
no.
people might be to throw out saving throws unnecessarily.
The cats are safe.
Oh
is a
my
10.
gosh.
Go Kai-shen. All right, we got a
Okay.
strong showing. Euphoria passed.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need a chronal shift, Illya?
I do still have absorb elements to half this, so like
Oh,
it shouldn't
okay,
hurt
okay.
too bad.
Hold on, Kamar. That's your hot, totally confident mom. She doesn't need your help. She's got this.
It is your call, though.
Up to you.
Up to you, Wink. Your decision will forever impact the health of this party for the fight.
We should be fine. We should be fine.
Okay,
I'll save it.
I appreciate that
military.
mentality. All right, it's not DC.
Next roll, I'm
26.
getting
Ignore
you
the
as
DC
counterspell.
thing. So that's 26 fire damage, which is going to be halved for Malral.
Uh-huh.
And then it's going to be halved and then halved again. So the 7 damage for Euphoria. Illya, do you wish to use Absorb Elements?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So you take 13.
Aye.
Jen takes 13. Alrighty. Yep, I got it. Put it away. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It was nice having above 100 HP while it lasted.
Alright. Hobgoblin. Bow. Oh, those guys are dice soon. Damn it. I was so bad at remembering my own goblin names.
So you said it didn't hit the wizard or any of the
Yeah.
her allies? Oh,
No,
she's,
it-
so
I
she's
literally
evoked-
linked what the ability's called.
Oh.
This is a stat line of an actual monster from Mordekainen's. 30. Okay, this guy's coming in down towards your girl, Kamar. You see a hobgoblin dual wielding like 2 curved swords come charging in towards you. That's all he can do.
Okay.
All right, the Daisun is going to go. Actually, he can't get that far, but he's gonna try. He's gonna get here, and Kai-shen's gonna bop him. Gonna bop him with Sentinel.
Hell yeah. Full arm master sentinel.
Always. Always. And so he goes instinctive LeBlanc with his Daiko. 13.
When you have a second, Obs, is Kai-shen on the initiative tracker?
Apparently not, which is rather embarrassing. Give me one moment.
He wasn't ready.
I have so many hobgoblins, I forgot the most important one.
How dare you?
She's gotta,
Oh
like,
man,
manage,
he
like,
would have
how
gone
many?
before this.
He was just like in the samurai kneeling pose in like the center of town, waiting for the first enemy to appear before him.
Yeah, he had to get ready to flex. All right, so you got
And as soon as like an enemy got into his throwing, he's just like speed of light.
you got a 13, so he is going to use a superiority die to precision attack it. Oh, there we go. His +7 will allow him to hit with a 20. So he does 14 damage. Ooh boy. And this guy actually was kind of fucked up. So good work, everybody. As he is now stuck in place. But he is going to try and bop you, Euphoria. And so let us go with what your attack is. So first up, we got Longsword. Followed by Longsword. Oh yeah, I have disadvantage because of your cloak.
Correct.
The 17 does hit you, right?
No, it does not.
Oh. Oh yeah, but I have advantage. I should be rolling at straight roll. I forgot that.
That was my after image. I'm 15 parallel universes ahead of you.
So, because I was actually supposed to be rolling at a straight roll because I had advantage. The 19 will hit you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You will take 7 slashing damage.
Okay. 69 HP. Nice.
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 All right, Kai-shen's turn. He is going to try and go side to side with Euphoria and try and carve a path to Jiang-ro, since he's kind of in a position where he can't really flank around. So he's gonna go hyphy on this hobgoblin who just ran up to you guys and poked you, Euphoria.
Remember, by the way, guys, Beacon of Hope works not only on healing spells, but any healing. So if you have a potion, it's max healing.
Nice.
Just a reminder, because people are getting hurt.
People are indeed getting hurt. Alright, so he starts a swirling of blades, but he has to save his action surge for when he's actually closer to his brother, so he only gets the one hit off on this guy for 9 damage. But the guy who's next to you, Euphoria, is not looking good. Kamar, what do you do?
Yeah.
You see a hobgoblin running around that church of the Sovereign Host, the only stone building in town.
Ooh. Okay. I was going to try to avoid him, but he is the only one there. So we're going to try, we're going to go for a chromatic orb at him before I try to move.
Okay.
Good old 3rd level chromatic orb. There we go, 18.
18 does hit.
Nice. All right, so we got 23 cold damage.
Cold damage, A.
A?
Your stepmom is having that kind of impact on you. You're no longer dissolving people.
That's right. Yes. We're
Yeah, you chunked that guy pretty well. He's still up, but yeah, just half of his armor is beginning to crack as his skin begins to frostbite and peel off. And he looks extra pissed at you.
Okay, good, because we're gonna run. We're gonna go ahead and use the bonus action to
go super kitty.
We'll go super kitty. That's the first move, and we'll like move a little bit this way around the church.
Okay. Now push the map up a bit. Okay, anything else, Kamar?
I'm good over here.
Okay. The Dai-yen.
Sauron's turn.
Yep, the Dai-yen Jiang-ro Jinjiao's turn. He is going to start Moving forward at a quick flip. And so he gets 20 feet. And you see, now that he is closer, you're more aware of just how big Jiang-ro is, especially in his massive armor. He's probably about 11 feet tall if you include all of his armor size onto him. As he looks at Kai-shen and he takes out this, 10-foot long curved greatsword and just unsheaths it in one motion as he looks dead-eye at him. It is time to finish what I started all those years ago! You die, Kai-shen! As his muscles ripple with magical energy and he leaps into the air to slam down right next to you and Euphoria, to Kai-shen and Euphoria. This is where it gets a little spicy, Euphoria. As he slams into the ground, he is going to make an attack on Kai-shen. And you have to make a... every enemy within 10 feet of him has to make a strength saving throw.
Aw, I'm so good at those. I'm actually pretty decent at them. Alright, cool. That's a 19.
19,
my
okay.
strength save.
You're not knocked prone as his sword is crackling with red magical energy as it slams down towards Kai-shen, and the very earth buckling under his impact begins to shatter underneath you. But you're thankfully quite nimble, quite good on your feet and stuff, so you're able to remain standing as he attacks. Ooh, that is going to be barely a hit on Kai-shen. As he rolls a 20 to hit with his colossal-sized dino, and he is using what is called his Manslayer legendary attack. So this counts as a critical hit for double damage.
I'll use my reaction to cancel out that it's a critical hit.
Okay, I'll allow it. Seems fair. So he just does his normal amount of damage, as it still does the rippling impact, but it is Malral's little forge ward is somewhat diminishing the weight of its impact against Kai-shen for 24 damage.
Oof.
As you see Kai-shen just take a knee as this slams into him, and he has to make a strength saving throw to see if he falls. Thankfully he's very strong. Is he strong enough? Oh! He is tragically not strong enough, as this massive sword slams into Kai-shen, and you see the impact buckling in Kai-shen's chest piece as he can't stay standing with the force of the impact and the shattering of the earth beneath his feet. As Euphoria, you see him just slammed onto his back. And then he is going to do a second attack. This one is not a legendary one, but he is doing a second attack at Kai-shen. Oh, he has advantage now. He's on the ground. For 23. And only 16 more. Kai-shen is looking very rough right now, as if he has taken more than half of his damage. And then he's gonna backswing into you, Euphoria. Which I did hit you with an attack, so you are not disadvantaged anymore. 20 hits you, Euphoria, unless somebody time spins it.
I'm actually going to use, I forgot that I had this ability, my defensive duelist.
Oh, I've never heard of that. What is this cheating ability you now use?
when you're wielding a
Partial
finesse,
shield.
yeah, when you're using a finesse weapon, another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your AC.
Okay. It's
So
it's a silly little like fighter shield spell.
Yeah. So that's gonna miss.
Okay. Does that boost you to 21 now?
Correct.
Yep. So, Euphoria, how do you parry this, like, 10-foot long fucking greatsword slamming into you?
That's a great question, because I just got these two little, like, pointy rapiers, but, I kind of picture, like, something where, you know what, I'll flavor this. So, having watched Kai-shen doing the training with the militia, she's basically just gonna take her swords and try to redirect the flow of energy from the huge sword and just knock it just ever so slightly to her left to just thunk into the ground behind her or next to her.
Okay. As it thunks next to her, you see the earth buckle, and actually part of the glittering goblin just crumbles as whatever foundation was over in that point is shattered by the impact. All right. Devastator number 2. 2 is going to come over and is going to see this beautiful light of people. And it's going to cast a lightning bolt. Shani, Kamar,
Yep.
or Kai-shen. Please make dexterity saving throws.
I mean, devil's advocate, he is prone. It could just fly over him. I'm joking. I know that's not how it works.
Alright, so please make your dexterity saving throws.
Oh, dex save, right? Yeah.
Yes. Please make dexterity saving throws.
26. Oh wait, I have advantage. I could nat 20.
Yeah, you have danger sense.
Yeah.
You
I
already
could nat
passed.
20
You already
the dex
passed with
save.
the
Yeah,
20 save.
that's the joke.
It's wildly unnecessary.
Can you make it in that 20?
Okay, so the 15, I think it's DC 16. So of course, Kai-shen fails. Poor man getting a real rough turn. As this bolt of crackling black lightning extends out of this hobgoblin woman's staff right down this lane. Ooh, not 80-20. That would be quite spicy. Whew, 32 electricity. So for the 2 people who passed, it will drop to 16 lightning damage. And Kai-shen has 1 hit point.
Good first turn.
Good first turn. Yeah, that 97 hit points disappeared real quick.
I know who I'm healing.
All right, now this ogre Howda is gonna try and join right into the shit and smash through this part.
Hold the line, Shani.
Of the glittering goblin. The poor glittering goblin. The only thing that's gonna be left standing is that pinup picture of Shui-lun. And 1 second. There we go. As this ogre comes smashing through the building, Shani, and gets right up in your business, and a bunch of goblins are gonna try and shoot you as it's fisting you.
Hey, yo.
So first
It
up.
can certainly try.
Hey, you haven't reckless attacked. Take solace in this. Alright, so it doesn't matter though, because they have advantage right now this turn. So fist to the Shani. Does a 19 hit you, Shani?
Yeah, it do.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage from the ogre fist.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a nat 20 on a goblin arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the chrono shift for that.
Okay. 17 hit you?
Yes, right on the dot.
You take 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
21 hits you for 3
Yes.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's 2. I get 2 more arrows. 11 misses you, and an 18 hits you for 4 damage.
4.
All right, Shani. Yeah, the ogre fist, punches into your goo form of gold energy, and very much soaks up a lot of the impact of that massive fist. And the hail of goblin arrows, though, is it's a bit too much even for your goo defenses to be able to block, and some of them are punching through the armor into you. And with that, we come to the end of the first turn of combat, and we will wrap things up here for the night since it's just about 9:30, as we are engaged in the very thick of the Battle of Nue Hue, and you have seen Jiang-ro roll up with his most elite forces, and currently he is having the better of Kai-shen once again. Will he wind up once again impaling him into the ground as the people he cares about watch him die? Find out next time of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. I hope everybody had fun. I hope my players had fun tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go check out all of these wonderful beings. They are all great people and streamers in their own right. Go send them lots of love. If you haven't done so already, please follow me here on Twitch. Give me a follow on Twitter. You can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be part of my incredible community. And you could also follow my or subscribe to my YouTube, and that is the link to every Ashes of the Last War episode before this if you want to rewatch any or catch up on anything you may have missed. I will be back here Wednesday to hopefully be streaming this game Solstice, which seemed kind of neat. It's like dual dark fantasy magical sister combat, so always fun. Could be cool. And I will see you then. All right, let's find some cute bean to raid.
I want to do the guide the raid thing and go to TGF Tavern, who's playing D&D themselves.
My girl Bree. All right, we can go send some love to Bree in their Call of the Netherdeep campaign. TG.
Yeah, they've been telling us about that.
TGF Tavern. There we go. All right, everybody. If you are a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you are a sub, please copy down the Knight's message. We're sending some love to my good friend Bree. She is a very good bean. This is a campaign she is running of Call of the Netherdeep. It's supposed to be very spicy, so it should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful night and the sweetest of dreams. See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.